So, Nidhi, I would like to understand more about your educational background, where exactly you come from, and what you have done till now.
Okay, so um, I did my schooling from Kendriya Vidyalaya and I completed my graduation in economics from Shriram College of Commerce and post graduation from Delhi School of Economics. Post that, I worked with NASSCOM as a research analyst for about 6.5 months, and then I started preparing for this exam. And I'm from Saharanpur, Uttar Pradesh.
Okay, so how was your experience at Delhi School of Economics? Who were the prime faculties there at your time?
So at my time, it was a COVID batch. So most of the classes used to happen in the online mode. The first year went completely in the online mode. Zoom sessions and Microsoft Teams. That was all. That was happening. And then the second day happened in the offline mode. It was a good experience. We used to work on a lot of projects and did some empirical study work as well. And there were some really nice faculty. So I was taught by Ram Singh sir, he's currently a member of MPC also. I was taught by Pamidua ma'am, then Rohini ma'am is there. Then there is Divesh sir. So many teachers were there and they were very good. So it was a very good experience overall.
Got it. So, you mentioned that it was a COVID batch.
Mhm.
How do you think was what defines the difference between an online and offline batch? How were the two different?
Okay. So, in my opinion, I think in the online mode, the students were able to ask more questions because they were more comfortable. The interaction, I mean, the classes used to happen through Zoom, so people got a lot of chance to raise their queries and ask them to the teachers. Um, but I think we could not really build that personal connection as this used to happen in the offline mode. I mean, teachers would know us by name but not by face. Also, we could not really explore the campus much. So that's one difference that I've noted.
Got it. So, as a policy perspective, do you think online mode uh, is a better mode? It captures more people and it helps build more human resource, or do you think offline still is better than online as a policy perspective?
Okay. Um, okay. So both have its own disadvantages and advantages. So online mode is preferable for remote areas where there is lack of faculty. So we have very good faculty which can link which we can link to the remote areas. So for instance, various foreign universities can teach the remote areas. And I think people will have better access to resources in the online mode. They can have PDFs and they can have videos through online mode. Moreover, it requires less infrastructure compared to offline. So in offline, we need a proper institute, or we need buildings, and we need classrooms and infrastructure. So that's one difference. But again, offline mode has its own advantages. So because I think there is more personal interaction there. I think one can ask any personal question over there. Um, the we can build personal links over there in the offline mode. Both have its own advantages, but I would suggest that if the faculty is not available in offline cases, then why not online? I mean, that's a very good option.
So you mentioned remote areas and infrastructure and lower cost, but do you think that a person who's coming from a remote area or probably a rural area
Hmm.
would be able to afford these kind of laptops or would be able to get a good Wi-Fi connection, given that even roads, the basic things like roads and electricity are still not available in the rural area? How do
Hmm.
you think remote areas will get access to online classes?
Okay, so there comes the role of government. So we already have some programs. So for instance, government has this scheme called BharatNet, where we are trying to improve broadband connectivity at panchayat level, so that people can have access to online services, government services, and education services as well. So that's one way that we can improve access to digital tools. Then we have DPI, that is Digital Public Infrastructure Program. So that's also helping people have access to online education. So government plays a very important role here. So through such schemes, I think we will be able to afford that. And besides, they can sit at home. They just need internet and mobile phone. I think that that's I mean, government is taking initiative on that part. So that's, I think, I would like to say about this.
Okay, so given you mentioned that the government has introduced these plans.
Mhm.
Do you think they have been good enough? Do you think they have been successful? Do you think uh, that there has been more digital education due to what the government is bringing in? Is there a positive result that we actually see through?
Okay, so we have seen some success. So, for instance, India is the third largest digitalized economy. It already contributes 11% to GDP, which shows that it is becoming successful. Um, and there are platforms such as MOOC, which is for online education. MOOC courses are there. People are able to access them. I don't have the data that how many people are getting access to these, but I think the rate is increasing. I mean, we are still on in work in progress. A lot can be done in this regard. We can improve infrastructure. We can improve digital connectivity. We can lower the cost of, let's say, mobiles, so that people can have better access, can easily access them at lower cost. So yes, work is in progress, and we have seen some achievements, and we are yet to see the full result.
Got it. Okay, so you know, go ahead and Nidhi, tell me what has been your favorite subject in Delhi School of Economics?
Okay, so I enjoy microeconomics. I had agricultural economics as my elective. I enjoyed that as well, and I have studied trade and development. I enjoyed that, and growth and development also. So these are the four subjects that I like.
Got it. So, given that you mentioned microeconomics, do you think that what microeconomic teaches us, the welfare theorems, especially the first welfare and second welfare theorem, do you think they're actually applicable when we go ahead and when we talk about the policy making in India?
Sorry, I couldn't really understand the question. Could you please repeat?
When we talk about microeconomics, the first and second welfare theorem, do you think that
Mhm.
policymakers make policies, they take into consideration these welfare theorems?
Yes, definitely. Welfare economics is a very important part while forming policies. So, welfare economics essentially aims at um, it's basically about how economic impact is affecting societal welfare in terms of, let's say, education or healthcare, or equality and sustainability. So, government takes that into account while forming policies. So, I may have to take some time to think about the policies. So, for instance, we have programs to reduce inequality. So we are trying to formalize our economy. We have Manrega program to improve employment and reduce poverty. We have renewable energy programs, for example, National Green Hydrogen Mission, and this PM Kusum Yojana is there for solar pumps. I mean, we are trying uh, to increase the growth of economy, taking into account the inclusivity and sustainability as well, so that benefits reaches all the sections of society and in a sustainable way.
Got it. So, but isn't the welfare economics, the two theorems that I'm talking about,
Mhm.
they do not work well when we have the presence of public good and externalities, and
Mhm.
it just works well with competitive markets. And when we talk about the role of government, it only comes into picture when we have externalities or public goods. So how do we incorporate them in the actual policies?
Okay, so for externalities, so for instance, in terms of externality, we have negative externality like pollution. So for that, we can impose Pigouvian tax, which disincentivizes activities that lead to pollution generation by imposing tax on carbon-intensive sectors, and encourage activities that are more environment friendly.
Hmm.
That's one way to correct the negative externality. And then there is problems related to marketing imperfect information. For that, we have a lot of ways through which we can improve access to information through various means. uh, I mean, every news, most of the news is available through a click of a button. So there are government platforms, news are published, on websites and newspapers. So that's it, in some ways it is improving access to information and reducing information asymmetry. Um, so that's how I think we can correct these externality and market failure situation.
Okay. So, Nidhi, tell me something. What is second welfare theorem?
Second welfare theorem is the Pareto efficient outcome occurs in perfect competition. So if a market is if a market is Pareto optimum, then it is a it is perfectly competitive. So that's the second welfare theorem.
Okay, got it. Okay, so you also mentioned that agricultural economics was
Yes.
one of your subjects. So,
Hmm.
can you tell me what are the key economic factors which affect food security in India today?
Okay. The factors that affect food security. Mm,
Is
okay. Sorry.
in today's India.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So one is the price level that if the prices are high, then people won't be able to afford them. So that's one factor. Second is the amount of production. So the production has to be the production has to meet the needs of the people. For that, the agricultural sector has to improve its productivity. Um, second, second factor is its availability. So it has to be, even if the product is available, it has to reach people. So it has to be accessible to people through better marketing and better storage and better transportation facilities. And I think these are the things that I can think of right now.
Okay, got it. So, one important issue that we still face is crop diversification.
Hmm.
What is happening is that there is excessive focus on rice and wheat because,
Yes.
of the MSP and PDS, and it reduces the production of pulses, oil seeds. What
Yes.
do you think the government can do to encourage the production of things other than rice and wheat?
Okay. So diversification is very essential because we need to we need to have various kinds of product and not just follow monoculture practices. For that, one thing that I would suggest is MSP has distorted the cropping pattern. We can gradually phase it out so that uh, farmers can diversify. For that, we already have this PM Kisan Yojana, so that it provides financial help to farmers so that they can grow any crop they want based on the basis of demand and on the basis of changing dietary needs of people.
Mhm.
Second is we need to spread awareness about various crops that can be grown together. So farmers do not have awareness. They are very risk averse. They tend to grow traditional crops. So we can have some campaigns or we can spend in R&D so that people have more awareness and they have access to seeds that help them diversify. Um, Another thing is we need to improve infrastructure in agriculture sector. Uh, we have to consolidate the land and introduce farm mechanization so that uh, more diversification can happen. So I think these are the things that can be done here.
Got it. So, you mentioned about PM Kisan Yojana. It's a great program.
Yes.
But do you think income transfer like PM Kisan, they are more effective than giving subsidies, say subsidy on fertilizer or power?
In my opinion, yes, they are better than subsidies because subsidy has led to excessive use of fertilizers and pesticides. So it has already distorted the use of fertilizers, like the NPK ratio is already distorted. It also it has ecological impact. So it spoils it erodes the soil and it's not agroclimatic in nature. And it has long-term effect on health as well. So it is leading to diseases. Um, yes, I think PM Kisan is better because then farmers can take better decisions. They can buy those things which are essential and which are required according to the needs and demands of people in the market.
Got it. So, since you mentioned microeconomics also as one of your subjects, can you link this to deadweight loss somehow and tell me Which would have a higher dead weight loss and why?
Okay, so dead weight loss happens, which reduces welfare. Okay, so you're trying to ask that how dead weight loss is linked to agriculture.
No, how dead weight loss would be there in the two scenarios. One is income transfer to farmers and
Okay,
the subsidies to farmer. Which would
okay,
have a higher dead weight loss and why?
okay. So may I take a moment to think about it? I'm not really sure about this.
Hmm.
I think in case of subsidy, farmers producers the farmers are producers here, so producer surplus will be more. Moreover, consumer surplus will also be more because the uh, government provides subsidized food to people. I'm not sure about it. I'm just taking a guess at this. And about PM Kisan, I'm not really sure about this.
No problem. So, Nidhi, currently we have this, entire topic going on around the tariff, right?
Yes.
And the decisions made by US. What is your take on that? And how do you think would be the right actions that India can take?
Okay. So recently, the US has imposed a 25% tariff and additional 25% for buying Russian oil. So in total, it is 50%. The I think it's very unrealistic. It's not in favor of India because it is affecting our sectors um, such as textile sector and seafood and leather industry, gems and jewelry. So they are affected because they used to sell these products in the USA. So USA has been is our largest trade partner, but it has because of these tariffs, it has affected our vulnerable sectors. Um, so what can be done is um, so we have already taken a lot of steps. We are trying to diversify across various destinations. We are trying to deepen the FTA deals with the various countries. We already have it with the UK. We are in contact with Singapore to integrate it more.
Mm,
And we can use our Indian embassies abroad who can promote our products in their countries through trade fairs and through buyer sellers meet. Another thing is that government is exploring the Mission 40. So in this, the country is trying to approach 40 countries where we can tap their textile markets. So these 40 countries together account for around $590 billion per annum in textiles, and we only capture around 2 to 3%. So it gives a large scope for us, for our textile exporters, to cater to these markets. So yes, we need to diversify across various destinations. Moreover, we need to improve our agriculture sector also because the whole issue started with USA saying that give protection to our agriculture sector. We haven't opened it up for their products. So as of now, we need to provide protection to them, but over a period of time, we need reforms so that our agriculture sector becomes competitive and they can stand foreign competition. So that's my take on this.
got it. One last question I have for you. So,
Yeah.
again, we know that India is cutting GST to boost demand currently.
Yes.
How does this balance with fiscal deficit targets? If you have lower tax collected, you will end up having higher deficit. So,
Yes.
how do you balance this out, and what are the trade-offs?
Okay. So GST has been cut on most of the products. The aim is to boost consumption and increase production as well. It will help MSMEs also to cater to the market. The impact in the short run will be definitely that it will lead to a revenue deficit for the government. But over a period of time, the base will increase because people will consume more. The base will increase, and it will also improve tax compliance because of lower taxes. So it will improve tax compliance. So over a long period of time, we will see more taxes getting collected by the government. Um, so, so I think it's a good initiative because it will help us become resilient also. It will improve, it will help our MSMEs and textile industries, and it will give an overall boost to the Indian economy. So,
Um, so have you heard of Ricardian equivalence?
yes,
Okay.
yes.
So, if we cut tax today, do you really think that the demand base will increase if people are rational and they know Ricardian equivalence?
Yes, so Ricardian equivalence theory assumes that people are rational, which is an unrealistic assumption. People are not really rational in their decision making. Um, I do not think that it will affect. I'm sorry, I forgot the question. Could you
Yes. So,
uh, repeat?
so do you think that Ricardian's equivalence will come into play and people may not increase their demand when tax cuts take place?
Yeah, yeah. Yes, so I don't see that happening because so GST has been cut on various daily consumable items. We consume them on daily basis, like FMCG products. So their demand will increase, and we tend. I mean, it's human behavior that we usually tend to think for short term rather than long term. So I think I don't really align with the Ricardian equivalence theory. So it will boost consumption and demand in the current period.
Got it. Any question you have for me, Nidhi?
Actually, I have a lot of questions. Um, First is, I mean, maybe you can give me the feedback and then maybe I can ask questions because I have.
So, my most important feedback would be that whichever subject you end up saying being your favorite one, you make sure that you are well versed with it. What I
Okay,
see from the interview is that you know the current scenarios well, and you're well versed with the policies of India well. But if we deep dive into a subject like macro or agricultural economics for that matter, maybe you have to cover up some gap there.
okay,
Maybe you have been out of touch for some time and
yes,
you need some brushing up there, right?
yes,
That's the first thing. So, probably a good idea is that, if you think that micro subjects like microeconomics are too much to give revision to, and there are too many small concepts which you may skip, a
hmm,
good idea would be to not say that as your favorite one. And,
okay,
what I see from, what knowledge you have, you are well versed with Indian economy. You know well the different policies and what is happening currently. So it would have been better if you would have taken and directed the entire interview towards Indian economy, right?
okay,
I ask you what your favorite subject is or what you studied, you probably go ahead and say that, I have always had my interest to understand Indian economy and to analyze that greatly.
okay,
So that the entire, whatever you say, the interview
okay,
goes ahead and it takes a direction accordingly, right?
okay,
You tell me micro,
okay,
I start asking micro. You tell me macro, I start
okay,
asking macro. It is up to you how you want to go ahead and you want to direct the interview, right? And
okay,
whenever you do not know the answer, probably you do not say yes to it, or you do not say something random. Rather than that, just say that, ma'am, it may have skipped my mind, but I will
okay,
get back to it, or I will go back and I will check that out. So rather than saying, anything which will not make a lot of sense, right? So for example,
okay,
we talked about deadweight laws. It's an application from a chapter of variant. Okay, and it's very
okay,
really explained that why income tax are better than why lump sum taxes are better than the quantity taxes, and lump sum subsidies,
okay.
quantity subsidies.
Yes,
Because
now I got, yeah,
but if we don't know it, probably we don't answer it rather than answering something which does not make sense. Uh,
okay,
these are the two main things that I wanted to highlight from the interview.
okay, okay. So, my question was that I tend to speak very fast. I mean, in terms of my speed. So, how do I correct it? I mean, I speak very fast. That's a problem because
It is fine actually. It is not very.
okay,
I mean, if I can interpret it in an online mode, they can interpret it in offline.
okay,
Does not seem to be a very big problem here.
Okay. And about in econometrics, so there are various tests for autocorrelation and multicollinearity. So do I need to know them step by step because that's a lot to,
So, as I said, as you direct the interview towards a direction, they go in that direction. So, as long as in your entire interview you do not mention econometrics per se, they will not ask you econometrics question in detail. They will not go ahead and they will not say, okay, explain Durbin-Watson test. That is not going to happen.
it-
So,
it's actually I mean I have mentioned in my DAF as a project that I have done a research project. So that's
they ask
there's a sense.
research project, yes, but you have to be just very thorough with that project, okay, and whatever you have mentioned there, not beyond that. That much should work,
Okay,
right?
okay, okay,
A lot of times I mean, this always happens. It is to the candidate how you go ahead and how you direct the interview. You can take a particular path and take it in that direction.
okay. Okay, and also I actually had attempted civil services exam also, and that's written in my DAF. So will it affect my their opinion about me that okay, this is my second option, IES is my second option. I don't want them to think that. So
No, do not worry. It does not.
okay,
You keep a diplomatic answer ready for that situation also, right? So you tell him that, you know, it's not that that was my first preference and this is my second, but with time I realized that, economics is my calling and I would
hmm.
therefore go in this direction. So you choose
Okay,
accordingly and you give a diplomatic answer.
okay, like a generic answer, like okay.
Say that, I was more interested in policy making and economics
Hmm.
than uh, probably going towards that field.
Okay, got it. These were my doubts actually.
Okay.
Yes.
So, I wish you all the luck, Nidhi. Best of luck for your interview.
Uh,